Undergrunt.
We have the ships.
We have the weapons!
We need soldiers.
Soldiers like Lieutenant Stack Lumberreister.
Over the target area now, Captain.
And Captain Carmen Ibanez! This is the captain speaking.
All personnel prepare for drop. Soldiers like Private Ace Levy and Lieutenant John Rigo.
Come on, you apes! You want to live forever? We need you all!
Service guaranteed citizenship.
A small little ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars when the psychedelic monk said, I'll take two, and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue, and he shot them straight to Earth when they turned into babies. They were named from that, and they rarely got rabies, and the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the time. One time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a jet, but if you call right now and say, where's my whisk, we'll include this bonus disc.
This is good podcast.
That just peaked all the microphones for like 30 seconds. Welcome to Bonus Disc, the only show on the internet
Yes.
that peaks your mics. That peaks the mics. I'm probably cutting that out. Anyway, I'm Bob Rose. With me is Matt.
I'm nobody today,
Matt
baby. I'm
doesn't
not real today.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a
It
second.
doesn't matter, but I'm a ghost.
Our guest today is Huey Hesson.
Hi,
returning-
guys.
Former guest of the
Yeah,
show.
oh, yeah, you know,
And
wow.
also the last guest of the show, John Bennett.
I never left.
He's still here.
He's been here for a week,
He's been
and I
eating-
wasn't even here.
He's
I
been
didn't
eating
even-
cream pies just the whole time.
the whole time. So
Awesome.
before we talk about the movie we
The
watched, we should talk
food
about the
cream
fact
pies.
that Matt no longer exists.
Nope.
No.
So that's a problem.
I've been deemed ineligible to use Facebook,
Man,
so they took it from me.
it's a long time coming, man.
How did this happen?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter how it happened, but I think what's important here is that now Bonus Disc is like the sole thing where you can find Matt on the internet.
Yeah, if you're looking
That's
for
it. Yeah.
PAs.
I'm off it, bitch.
Yeah,
It's
no.
over.
So now Bonus Disc is Matt's presence on
I forgot
on
my
Facebook.
Instagram password.
It's almost like
So I'm out.
You're off the grid.
this is like new PA radio.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, that aside, we watched it finally.
Oh.
Finally, we watched the long cut, the full cut
Oh.
of I Am Here.
Dot.
Now, a film written and directed and produced and edited
And catered.
and catered by Neil Breen.
Not edited.
No, it was edited by
It was edited- it's
by
the-
Thanos, wasn't it?
No.
No, Thanos. No, Thanos was just an actor.
According to the credits on the movie, it was edited by both that guy that has the really long...
Scaramar Katushkabushi
Yeah,
or
him
whatever.
and Neil Breen. It was just
Yes.
two different spaces. Like, it said the first credit at the end was like that guy, the Cosimodos guy.
Yeah.
And then in the end credits, when they're scrolling, it says edited by Neil Breen. So who the fuck knows who edited it?
Re-edited.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it does-
sure Neil had like final
Oh.
cut.
Absolutely. So
He was like, oh, this almost makes sense. And then he fucked it up.
So we've seen this movie before, sort of. We saw a 40-minute cut of this movie that our friend, former friend of the show, Sean Jones, actually edited. What I didn't know is he edited it down to 40 minutes from 90, and he also put scenes back in order to make them make sense. I didn't know he did that. So, my God, Sean, you did an excellent fucking job.
You wove a man.
Because this...
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
The way,
incomprehensible.
the way it originally
No.
is a
No.
fucking mess. It's
Oh.
It is
Well,
it is
we'll get
incomprehensible.
It's like
Right.
he doesn't understand the orders of operations, and he's like looking at a complex math problem. He's like, "No, I understand this.
like
It's
man,
fine."
like you said, it was like, how is this not his first movie?
yeah,
This
it's
made less
so-
sense than Double Down, which is your episode, John. You
Yeah.
were on Double Down.
As a qualified Breen head, I have to say, this movie is fucking draining.
Dude,
compared
it
to
was a
Double Down.
marathon.
It's
It's like,
awful.
like we're just like moaning halfway through the movie. Like, how is it still happening?
It's I mean, I've seen all three of the first ones, and this is the worst. This is
Well,
somehow
hands down.
worse than Double Down somehow.
And you see his balls in that one.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know how
yeah.
you top that.
How do you make it worse?
How do you make something
Fucking
creepy and gross
dude,
and
The
sexual?
walk time in this is staggering. Like, it's
Well, we should get to it because
Yeah, let's just
honestly,
start talking about it because it's right out of the gate.
right out of the gate, we're in space for
We're looking at a
40
fucking
2
screensaver.
minutes. How long was
it was
that?
a while,
Yeah.
and then we go to
It's
the
a screensaver.
we go to the
Now we're
the
a
sun
cloud.
behind a cloud.
Just a cloud.
Yeah.
Cloud with sunbeams for like 2 minutes.
This is
Wow.
all footage that was not shot by Neil Breen. This is it was
Yeah.
an Aspect. It was like Aspect.com or something.
Yeah.
It was credited at the end of the movie.
I believe we watched the beginning of Tree of Life.
Dude, he must
Basically.
love Tree of Life.
Oh my god, the
There's
opening,
no way he doesn't love Tree of Life.
tears must have came down his face when he watched that shit.
He probably watched it and then
they
made
did,
these.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say. I think he did. He was like, "Oh, you can just do that. You can just show shit for a long period of time." Then it shows some.
No, it shows the thing coming out of the sky.
No, yeah.
Well,
the
there's
like,
some desert establishing shots.
Before that?
No,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think so.
I thought there was.
Yeah,
who
he
the hell
drives
knows? It doesn't
backwards on
matter.
a Jeep.
No.
No, we didn't. We're not even remotely at the Jeep yet. We're
No,
we're like
oh, wow.
3 to 4 minutes of solid screen time
No,
out.
way far away. Look, so this meteor is falling out of the sky, and it looks like it hits the ground, but then I guess we're supposed to be following it like soaring across the planet.
It falls behind a mountain range.
Yeah, yeah.
and then it shows the camera zooming
Oh,
on
is-
the.
We were supposed to be the meteor at
I
that point?
thought-
I thought that
no.
was just bullshit establishing shots.
No, it was a POV of the
Of the
being.
thing.
The,
Ah! Credited as the being.
the
It
being.
looked like the opening of Quantum Leap.
No, it didn't.
It was
did not look
terrible.
like
It showed mountains in the ground, and then you just looked at the ground for a while for some reason, and then it showed the mountain again, and it was this long,
Then
long
it
thing.
shows the.
But we got to see, what's his name? Mag Jats or whatever.
Mag Jast.
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 Mag
J-A-S-T.
Mag
Jast.
Yeah.
Jast is in this movie.
Well, it cuts to the.
That's
it
almost
shows
as good
us.
as Mandingo Warrior.
Mandingo
Almost.
Warrior.
Mandingo Warrior will
It
always
shows
be
us
the
the
greatest credit.
the landing crater of the meteor,
Which is shaped like a dick.
and it's shaped like a dick. It was obviously made with like a gardening shovel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they got there and didn't realize how hard the Badlands ground actually is to dig up. And they were just like, well, we can kind of scrape off this
Yeah.
top layer a bit.
There's a reason why we test rocket cars out here.
Jesus Christ!
And then they just sort of set what
Well,
looks like
in the
Yeah.
in the end of the crater is like a
glass bauble.
orb that you'd find on like a grandmother's like fireplace.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's like a
Fabergé
wedding
egg type
like,
shit.
centerpiece decoration.
Right.
That has
Like-
like a wreath of flowers somebody's aunt made.
And
put
that-
around it or
It looked
something.
like the thing that Dr. Kimball apparently killed his wife with in the future.
God damn it!
And then that is where I guess he
well,
steps.
no, then the shadow of Christ on the cross.
Yeah.
is on the ground.
Is
and
on
then
the ground, and then it
fades
fades.
away. Then you see his feet
His feet like hover down.
hover down, touch the ground. Then he walks over and he picks up the orb. Now, what I just said took me 3 seconds. That was like 4 minutes of screen time.
Easily.
Feet and walking and staring at the orb in a hand, and you're just like, Christ in heaven, kill us all.
And then
This is just starting.
The man shoots in dog ears. What do you
Oh,
want?
God, he totally
it's
does.
so slow.
and then he keeps looking left to right.
Oh fuck.
And this sequence happens where his head gets replaced with I guess like a mummy
It's
head.
like a zombie
yeah.
cat, like sarcophagus mask or
Yeah.
something. Like a mummy if you took off the
Yeah.
the toilet
Yeah,
paper.
it's like
you know what I
long,
mean? Yeah.
and it changes to that, and it goes wong, and it changes back to Neil Breen,
Which is a shot that he will use at least 15 times.
At
was the name
no
of the-
less than 15 times.
What was the name of the guy in Hocus Pocus that they dug
Yes.
up? Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Billy.
Billy.
He looks exactly like a
Billy.
really shitty cosplay version of that.
Billy,
Yeah.
yes.
But he's got a wig on that looks like Rick James. The shit's like
It's very.
Oh, yeah.
sparkly and shiny.
And then after that happens, it shows the pan up. It shows that his feet are crucified. He's having,
His feet are
stigmata.
bleeding. Yeah.
Then it goes up, up, up. His hands have computer
Well,
chips
hold
on the
on.
wrist.
First, on the outer
On the
side,
outside of his hands, he's got stigmata.
but the inside, he does not.
The
Totally
palms
fine.
are clean, and then there's computer chips on the underside of his forearms.
Like sticking out
Yeah.
from under his shirt.
And then his whole
then
chest
his
is
chest-
computer chips.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
and
it
that's
goes into his eye, and we go into the tube
Oh, fuck,
circuitry.
the tubes.
The tubes of circuitry.
I wish there were more tubes. This is the only time you got to
yeah.
see the tubes.
dude, the
yeah,
halls of mentholyptus. It's just
right.
like you're flying through these. fucking-
So the
Finally, a
screen
camera move that had a fucking reason.
it's a screensaver for about, I would say, roughly a minute.
Oh,
of just
of
circuitry, like a
nothing.
circuitry hacker's lawnmower manhole that you'd find on a stock footage site.
Absolutely.
Then it cuts hard to his face, denoting that that's his brain, I guess.
Guess it's a series of tubes.
Who knows?
Dude,
He's the
whatever.
internet, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know. I don't know what that was supposed to be.
Then we cut to that
He's a
wide shot of the entire desert, and
you.
Neil
And
Breen
he's
is
like a little dot.
yeah, he's like a pixel in the.
And Bob jokingly said, "Now we have to wait for him to walk to us."
Dude,
It's worse than that. It's worse than
that.
them just walking.
Can you imagine the uncut footage? It's him setting a fucking tripod up and walking like a straight mile away.
And then walking back.
Dude, he
He probably left in the morning. It was fucking sunset by the time he walked.
God damn it.
we saw so much of that fucking
Dude.
scene.
It shows him.
We haven't.
Respect.
Nothing has been said yet. There's no.
There's
words.
no
yeah.
dialogue.
No, we're not
These are
missing
all
any
This is like
dialogue.
10 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
Nobody said fuck all,
Jesus
and then
Christ.
Do we talk about the baby head?
no,
We
this
haven't
is
gotten
where
there
that
yet.
That's where
happens.
this.
So
Yeah, this is.
it's if it was just him walking, I feel like it would have been faster than what happened because it shows him like way far away. Then it shows him walking past baby heads with arms sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
Then he walks past like a spider and a human skull.
Yeah, the
I think
rubber
that's
spider.
The first time he says
That's when
something.
he talks to
Yeah, he says,
someone.
"I'm disappointed in your species."
Yes, and we're
The
like
human
spiders?
species.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. When he
yeah.
says humans, like we're just more your species. The spider or
He's
the
talking-
humans? Oh, okay.
It's not even a
Thank you for
regular
clarifying.
tarantula. It's got like this little
then-
fucking Rastafarian like tie-dye circle in
yeah.
the center of it.
It's really a weird prop. Like, why
Yeah.
that?
And then we saw the. That's when we see the 6 crosses, right?
So, does Jesus not know what a human looks like yet? Does he think that we're like skulls? Is like, did he forget? Doesn't-
No,
Came down
because he talks
Earth
to those
looking
people
like
later
Neil
on, so-
Breen. Of course he doesn't know what humans look like.
Oh my god. I don't even like, dude.
So yeah, then when the crosses,
Yeah, then
like
there's, like,
5
the
crosses,
six, yeah.
in the desert, just sitting there, and he's walking past them. But it cuts back to the wide
shot.
which has none of these articles in it. It's just him
No.
walking towards us.
And he's just a little bit closer.
God, it's
Oh my god.
And you realize it's.
Oh, and then okay. So then we get to this slow pan to the truck. That pan to the truck
takes like a minute.
takes like a solid minute.
It's
The truck's not even in the shot for the first
No,
half of
and
it.
it doesn't finish on the entire truck.
No.
It gets to a truck to the point where you say, that is a truck with your brain, and then it goes on for another 25 seconds. Dude, I know it's a truck.
okay.
Did he mount the fucking camera on a sundial? What the fuck? God,
yeah.
Oh, it took so
And
long.
then it cuts to the back of the truck where
Oh.
two
Junkies, I guess?
junkies are sitting. And they have
All right, but I want to point this out.
Yeah.
There's this guy and this woman. This woman's wearing a like tank top, like strap
With a
tank
button-
top
with
with
a
a
button
button
down.
down front. Every woman in this movie from now on who has no job is wearing that exact shirt
Yes.
of a different color.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Everybody but Jobs is dressed normally. If you don't have a job, you instantly are wearing one of these shirts. It's weird.
He got
That girl had a job. We'll get to it.
He got
It's
like a discount.
weird.
He got a discount like at Walmart or
Hands
something.
down.
And he
Oh.
bought a bunch of them for costuming.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious.
It's
though.
like somebody told Neil Breen he had to have costumes instead of just telling people to dress a certain way.
Well, there was a guy you see Thanos actually must have worn an un-okay shirt because you saw his tag because he had to turn it inside
turn it
out.
inside out.
But anyway, all right, we're getting way over.
So they have an exchange. They're sitting on the truck next to a big duct tape bag of drugs.
Oh,
Yes, that's with a knife in.
An
it.
intention to distribute amount of drugs.
Right in the middle of the
And
desert.
Dude, there's nothing
Yeah.
around, man. Oh wait, you can see
You can see the
in
trucks
back.
drive by in that
you
one
Because
part.
at first I thought it was an effect.
I did too. I thought it was like
that was him like floating
flying.
towards.
Oh god.
just like long ways. That'd be so weird.
Dude,
Yeah.
I would love that.
Like he's Falcor in the air, he's just kind of like a snake. That would be pretty cool.
So they have an exchange where they say like, "Oh, I
Well,
feel."
like he pulls out a gun and just shoots it twice for
Because
no
you're
reason.
So bad.
No, she goes, "You're wild, man, or you're crazy."
And then he puts the gun to his head and it goes click and he
Yeah.
doesn't kill himself.
And then she takes, God, the response shots, like there were like you would.
There's no.
They don't respond. It's awesome. Sometimes it's just you're just looking at this woman and she's just still staring, and then it goes back to something else, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
what
Well,
was that?
You
a
can't
response?
describe the editing in this
Yeah.
movie. You can only see it.
He
It can't
says-
be described.
that the junkie guy says, "Oh, I want you so bad," and she unbuttons one of her shirt buttons, and then he pulls out a needle.
But she also mumbles like, "I wanted to, babe."
I want to, baby. Yeah,
He pulls out a needle and then, with the slowest motion of a hand that ever could
it
happen,
goes past his arm on the
Yeah,
first
he
shot,
sticks
and
it
then it's in the
under his
middle
arm.
of his arm. The next
yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
and he pulls it out and there's like
Blood.
just ketchup.
Oh, just way so much blood. Like
a lot of blood.
you're gonna die probably. You did that wrong. Like,
Yeah, you shot that into your marrow.
You punctured something important, man.
And that's
Your
when
bones
he
are gonna
pulls
start
it out
rotting.
and then he goes like, "Oh my god," or something.
then- and Neil Breen
he looks
shows up.
No, he looks up. They do the drugs, and then he looks up, and Neil Breen. It shows Neil Breen, but
It shows
nowhere,
it-
not
no,
in
it's
the
not like-
same
there's
shot.
no shot that has the two of them in it.
ever.
There's no coverage with like
Not-
over the
Not
Yeah.
once.
no.
That's pretty
Not
amazing.
even after he takes their clothes.
Honestly, I don't think Neil. If you notice, the one thing I did notice about this and Double Down and Fateful Findings, Neil Breen does not know what an OTS shot is. OTS is over the shoulder. He doesn't
yeah,
understand
yeah.
what that is. That's just when you shoot cross, and there's none of that in these movies.
no, it's
No.
all
It-
heads on
Because
sky.
he
It's
can't
all
get
hands on
two
sky.
actors to do the
No.
same scene
No,
ever.
so he has. In this case, he's got two junkies
There's
in a
part of me.
car.
I have a theory. Sorry.
Okay.
There's part of me that believes that Neil Breen shot God's Not Dead, and he is Skyfather because of how many shots of just his head in front of clouds there are
yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
He is Skyfather.
If you remember, the Double Down had tons. Double Down was
So
almost
much.
all those shots. Remember, because
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
would just get them
Yeah.
walking to a location, and
but no,
then
this does it too.
Yeah,
All those
yeah.
senators. God, we'll get.
We'll
to
get
it.
there.
Yeah, we'll get there. So there's no point at which you really truly understand that they just saw him walk up to the car.
Yeah.
Because there's not a shot of Neil Breen
No.
walking
None.
to the car. It's them going, "Oh," and
No,
then
they don't respond until he shoots. Like he
Oh,
just
right.
shoots him twice, and then they're like,
Yeah, no, he looks just
"Whoa."
Your earthly weapons
Okay,
will not
let
harm
me
me.
point
Yeah.
something out here. First off, he's got a pistol with a spring-loaded magazine. So when the gun would click, it should be empty.
Yeah.
So he fired two right in the
reloaded it
fucking
with- we didn't
Jesus'
see
heart.
it.
Although in this
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
people
got
Nudity
drugs.
here.
people
Okay.
so often eject clips and then put them back into the gun for no reason.
Yeah.
It happens like 30
Yeah,
times
it
in this
does.
movie.
So yeah, then it cuts to Neil Breen after he shoots me. He goes, "Your earthly weapons can't hurt me," and then his hand glows, and he heals his body. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh!
And then
he does it.
he
to
freezes
them.
them.
He freezes them. They try to run away, I think, and he freezes them.
Then he said. Then
He just starts taking their clothes off.
He takes the guy's clothes off.
Yeah.
And we just
You
see a
see-
shot of all their clothes getting poured onto the floor, and then he picks up the guy's clothes.
And puts them on.
And then an internal monologue has him saying,
I've frozen you, and now I'll make you disappear. but you'll be back again someday.
It's only temporary.
Like, what?
No, dude. The fact that he was editing it, he was like, you know what, this part.
This scene may
needs
not make a little
extra
sense.
Yeah, I might need to
explanation.
explain this.
What
Like,
goes
everything else
on
is
I got
very
some
clear.
notes.
Turn on that
behind
computer
Neil's
microphone.
eyes? So then he just gets in the car. Oh, he makes them disappear.
Oh,
They
dude,
vanish.
This is so exhausting.
Oh.
Because he gets in the car and now we're back in him just driving.
No. You
No,
forget he
oh,
stole
yeah.
the clothes.
No, we talked about that.
I know, but he's dressed like Huck Finn.
Oh yeah, he's
dressed in the junkie's clothes.
He's
with
got a
all,
big
like,
tear in his
tattered-
arm,
they're
yeah.
all tattered and stuff.
It's a brown shirt with a rip in it.
But it cut.
Yeah.
Then it's him in a car with no music on the scene.
There's just
Okay.
street sounds.
There's no
Fuck's sake.
diegetic music at all.
Well, the shot of him
Yeah.
driving away was also long.
It was so
Yeah.
long.
The car
Oh.
gets very far away.
You
And we're
can't
not-
see it anymore.
Well, we're not sure if it was a fadeaway or not.
If the car vanished, because
the
we now
quality- yeah, the
later
picture
on it's
quality
established
is
he
real
could just
bad.
make inanimate objects disappear. So
I think it just drove away.
okay,
And then I'm gonna estimate 2 to 3 minutes of him shots of him just driving in a car alone.
Yeah.
no
Looking
music,
at- yeah,
looking at
Las
stuff.
Vegas.
And then there's just shots from a car looking at the outside of the car.
and then there's
at
the
Vegas.
shot
no music. Like,
no
what,
music.
Then
Yeah.
what was
there's
that
a shot
choice? What?
of the Las Vegas sign with the rubber spider on it that is clearly just being pulled by a string.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't show the truck drive past
No,
that.
no, and the sign is not like it looks like it fell down, but it's sitting in front of a mile
No
marker,
marker and not a pole.
not a pole. It just
Yeah.
that was so.
And it looks like it was printed at Office Depot. It's
Yeah.
not even a real
It's-
freaking
it's
street
garbage.
sign.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
I thought the car was eventually going to drive past
Past
it.
it.
I was like, I
Okay.
guess that's why this shot's taking so long, and then it didn't happen.
What's the purpose of 15
It's insane,
minutes
dude.
of
It's
merging
insane.
into Las Vegas traffic on a Tuesday afternoon?
It
Was
just-
that just to establish we were in Las
Wait,
Vegas?
guys!
Because there was 0 buildings that are fucking Las Vegas in any of those shots.
No, it
We-
looks like rural Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like yeah, that's
It's not
East
the
Las
Strip. It is
Vegas,
not
yeah.
the
that's where the
Strip.
casino that fucking they go in the Vegas vacation where they just like guess
Yeah,
how many
yeah.
fingers
Fingers
I'm
and
holding
stuff,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, like that's where that casino was.
guys, we forgot a huge important part.
Yeah.
When he's in the car, the first place he stops before he goes to Las Vegas is the solar farm.
Oh fuck, he's right.
Because he goes,
It's like a cut too. It doesn't show him getting in or out of a car.
he's just standing
It
by a
just cuts
fence.
to him going, and now.
Well,
the
no, it
world-
shows the solar farm first. It just is him driving, and then it shows
The solar
that
farm.
long ass shot.
stock
of,
footage shot of a solar farm.
And he goes, humanity.
We'll know
and-
to use the resources.
No, he says
properly.
humanity has neglected solar's energy for too long, but they're learning. And then he gets in the car and drives to Las Vegas.
And then-
And we see the
You know
wind
what- you know
farm
why
too.
it's important is because we see that shot in full again.
Yeah.
It's not over.
And
This
I
whole
swear there's a
movie-
dolphin shot that we skipped over.
Oh yeah, there's a dolphin shot at the beginning of the
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
There's
When
one
he's
dolphin
talking
shot
about-
3 times in this
when
movie.
he's just saying that humans haven't learned how to like
Live with
live within their
the harmony.
ecosystem in harmony
Yeah.
with it. It keeps showing dolphins.
But it's the same shot of dolphins.
it's like
Yes.
it's like 4 dolphins swimming in the water.
and it's not even in front of them. It's behind them.
It's behind.
We don't ever see a dolphin face. It's like,
Why do you want to see their faces
I just, it's
so
like
much?
as far as like stock footage goes, like, can I see a dolphin smile or something? I don't know.
Then, well, wait. So then after they get there, we see the people, the 2 guys talking
Don't
about.
gaslight dolphins.
Is it? Do the women get? No, the women are talking about science. It passes the
Oh,
Bechdel
yes.
test. We found that out.
There's this
God, this passes
this-
so hard, so
This
fast.
is the worst movie to pass the Bechdel.
test.
I
My
love
God.
this scene.
All right, so
Oh, wait, that means we've also seen the flashes of the naked girl face down in the bed with
Oh,
Neil
yeah.
Breen backing away from her slowly shirtless. that
It's impossible not
Has
to
no context
Out of
whatsoever.
nowhere, that just pops in,
Yeah.
And then also the shot of the two women
floating in the pool.
floating on the pool face down.
Yeah.
Which foreshadowing to earlier parts.
Is
of
that foreshadowing,
No,
Bob,
it's-
or is that just showing a scene out of order?
Yeah,
I don't feel like
think it's just showing a scene out of order.
The editing in this movie isn't.
It's horrific.
There's 2 types of editing. We've talked about this on this podcast before. There's technical editing and then thematic editing.
This can't do either of them.
No, it's insane. Like the storylines of the characters are literally out of order.
Dude, I would love for you guys to.
Unbelievable.
I would love for you guys to find a way to contact Neil Breen and just ask questions about his method. You know, like what?
Dude, I fucking am still mad I didn't go to the Q&A
I know.
thing.
I would at this point I would love to ask him about the girl's storyline, the drug deal, the sister.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna talk about it,
Yeah.
but I want to know if it was intentional to show her story in the order of what should show.
Yeah.
Because the first time I saw this, apparently Sean put it in the right order.
It would
And
make
that's
sense.
why it made more sense, and it didn't make sense then. And now it's like,
Huh?
what? Okay, where are we? Okay,
Okay, so no, the women just talked about science and how
now they're just like
they are
Like,
not
man.
human beings. Human beings do not talk like
science
they
is really gonna be a big thing now. Great, right? Yeah.
If only all the corporations would stop lying and doing things for money.
Yeah.
and stealing
Everybody's-
the money away from our funding.
And if we rely on natural resources and renewable energy,
Have some granola.
having girl talk, you know.
yeah,
Yeah, they're two women not
No, it's
talking
three.
about a dude.
It's
It's
three.
Three women not talking about a dude, talking about science. This is so pro everything.
This is like a second movie too.
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. And then
This passes.
And then we-
passes so hard. It's ridiculous.
And then we
Yeah.
see the corporate fat cats and the
Yeah.
corrupt politicians. Like
well,
just
hold on. The woman.
no, then it got, no,
I
he's
know.
right.
I
It
know.
comes to
But
the
let's
guys
just
in the
make
car.
sure we're talking about it. So there's three women, and there's one that has a red shirt on, and it cuts away while they're all still outside talking.
Yes.
Okay, now go.
then the corporate fat cats and the corrupt politician all meet and they're like, hey, here's some money. And they basically 100% explain how corruption works.
Dude, it's like
Step by step.
No, he looked up corruption on Wikipedia and then wrote the dialogue.
He's like,
It's-
you take these and you'll vote for things the way we like. He's like, yeah, just keep those goodies coming. And
I
he's
think
like,
that scene's later. This is the one where it's the two guys in the car.
Yeah,
and
no,
he's
you're
like,
right.
oh
Wait,
yeah. With
He's
the-
like, well, now that me, a government-sanctioned politician, and you, a lawyer, have
They have
accepted
no
these
name.
monies, you're just like, Jesus Christ, what is this? You're like, no one speaks like this ever.
Honestly,
never
yeah.
has this person
Neil
spoken
Breen,
like that.
Neil Breen should be making like after-school specials because that's how these people.
oh,
talk.
definitely.
It seems like an instructional video. It doesn't
Oh
seem
man,
like a movie.
like he was raised on 3, 2, 1 countdown,
right,
and that's
yeah,
it.
and it's like,
It's like people-
I, a government official, would love it. You know what I mean? It
It's
sounds
like
that.
they had a reenactment, but the only script was the fucking deposition. That's exactly how they talk.
Probably of him getting sued as an architect. Because one of his buildings was upside down and nobody noticed or something.
Yeah,
Dude. And
And
then
then it's obvious the dude in the car who's playing the corrupt politician is reading from the script on like the
You were
dashboard.
laughing so hard during
because
that scene.
it was so there's so much dialogue.
It's a
and,
lot.
and these guys are not actors at fucking.
they're not even in the same scene. Like they're in two sides of the car, and it will only show you one side of the car per person.
Dude, I love it.
So they're
Because
not
the other one
talking
was
to each
holding
other.
up a script for the other one on the other side of the car. Dude, that scene's crazy.
So basically, they talk about how they're going to steal the funding from the.
They're not even looking at each other to make it look like
No.
two people are in a
It's
car.
amazing.
They're just looking
It's incredible.
straight. Oh man,
It's
yeah.
so
my God.
awesome.
Well, then we go back to the three women.
Yes, and now there's only two.
There's
And
only two
they're still
outside.
talking-
The red shirt is nowhere to be
Yeah.
seen.
As far as we're concerned, this is 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
5
At most.
minutes later.
They're in the same place.
Yeah, they're in these.
Yeah.
They're standing.
Same
in the
clothes.
same place.
Neil Breen isn't even involved in any of this character. It's not even here. This
Then the red shirt woman walks out of the building and goes, "Look, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but because of the government, because of the economy, I'm gonna have to let both of you go."
And they're
We're
like,
like, "Whoa, what?
10 minutes we were talking about the praises.
We were just talking about how great science is and how we were going to save the world, and then you walk out and fire us."
Jesus Christ. That would mean
And she's like, "I'm a scientist." She's like, "I'm just sorry. There's the corrupt politician."
world-
yeah, they brought corrupt politicians
Dude,
like 7 times in that
the
speech.
world like her uppers in the company wherever they work literally gave her the reason of the economy that she has to lay people off.
Oh my god!
And it worked that fast. The economy.
Yeah, they're like getting back from their lunch break, just eating up the last like 10 minutes, having a nice chat.
Oh, by the
This
way,
woman
the
like
economy-
chases them down outside. The economy fucked up while you were at lunch, and you're out.
You guys are done.
Hold up, hold up.
Like it's some kind of sentient being.
The economy.
Somebody punched the economy in the kidneys, and it's all fucked up. So you're like, you're gonna have to go.
I guess it's really affecting all these science jobs.
Hold on.
Shit.
What did she say? We were watching. You were like, it's like a third grader's concept of
how
everything, of corruption
Like
and
how-
science and the economy.
It's like nobody learned anything except for the one thing they learned in 3rd grade.
I really think about it. These women are like scientists that work in Las Vegas. And then the economy affects Las
Clearly,
Vegas.
it's for the
hard
cost of living expenses.
enough. What kind of a fucking scientific institution?
What, the guys who built the lasers and diamonds are forever? What the fuck? What is this? What is this madness?
Oh, and then so they're like disappointed that they lost their jobs, and then Rose, I'm gonna call her Rose.
Okay. Yes. So yeah.
She walks away.
We'll call the other one Angel.
And it cuts to her pushing a baby cart, right?
Baby
No,
carrot.
it cuts to Neil Breen showing up. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Neil Breen shows up as she walks back.
Oh my god! I forgot about that.
She walks back into the science building.
The red shirt woman.
The red shirt woman, and then Neil Breen shows up and he gives her the rose from the desert footage we saw earlier.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
He
Never
encourages
stop.
the woman who just fired 2 people.
To never give
Because
up.
of the economy, which is inherently not her fault.
Because
she's not giving up. The economy.
Jesus does no empirical research on who he should be talking to.
Oh my
He
god.
just picks
Jesus,
somebody
because
up.
of what's about to happen to the other woman, the fact that he didn't talk to them about not giving up is amazing.
He was like 20 feet away from saving that woman's life.
Guys, he only brought one rose. He had to choose.
He's
It was
like, well, they all
Sophie's
look
choice.
sad. I only have one rose. And
If there's anything that's gonna not like let a scientist give up, it's a man that looks like a homeless person giving him a flower.
well, it's broken,
broken
and then
flower.
he heals
And then he heals it.
And
Flower.
she like smiles real big.
You would think her existential crisis as a scientist would be challenged right there too, wouldn't you? It doesn't matter.
Oh my
At this
God.
point, are we introduced to the gang people? They
No,
had
no,
to
no,
have
not
happened already.
until we get to the.
It has to, no. It's
Until-
after
Not
they
until
all
the
get
career
introduced.
change.
Yeah, they all get introduced from the sister. They walk up
From
and
them walking out. I thought we
yeah.
saw them before that.
No.
Okay.
So the one woman who
now-
just got laid off.
Yeah, and now a woman
Is-
we figure out is her sister very shortly. They're walking down the street.
How do we
Pushing a
know they're their
baby
sisters
stroller.
though?
Because she says we're twins or something at some point. They don't look the one girl's like white as like a sheet. Like she's so fucking white. The other girl is tan, taller. They don't look anything alike. And they're like, we're twins. And you're
We're
like,
twins.
okay, whatever.
I think these are my 2 favorite characters in like,
This
movie
is-
history.
yeah.
I love them so much.
To me,
There's insanity in them.
They're nothing, man.
maybe they're like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger twins.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
just
made
like
in science. Obviously, they're made in
clearly,
a science
yeah.
lab.
Man,
What am I gonna do? I have a child.
Yeah, she's like, I got my kid and I lost my job. I don't know what to do. And her sister says this exact phrase, well, you should probably become a stripper. And she's like, what? And then she goes, look, it's your only option. And she's like, I know, you're right, but damn it. And you're like, oh,
there's 2 jobs.
how long has it been? You're wearing the same shirt you got fired in. What's going on?
Literally, it's that afternoon.
Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. She's not wearing the same
she's
shirt.
wearing the homeless- she's wearing the homeless
wearing
shirt.
the homeless shirt.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
now
yeah.
she doesn't have a job. And her and her sister are both wearing homeless shirts walking
she-
down the street.
Did she have to turn in her shirt with her name badge?
Ladies,
Dude,
I'm sorry you're fired, and we're gonna have to take your respectable
your
clothes.
respectable
and you're gonna have to
shirts.
leave.
You're gonna become prostitutes.
Can you fucking imagine a human being writing that on a piece of paper for this movie? You know what I mean? Like okay, and now the day she gets fired, her sister says she has to become a prostitute.
Well, first she says stripper,
but that is not what they
That
do.
is not what they're doing.
She's a mother scientist.
Like, all you've got left is stripping.
You
There's no other option.
You
unemployable.
dumb bitch! Like, just what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, those bartending lessons were completely wasted.
Oh my god.
It's insane.
Oh, man.
So then they go to where the prostitution happens, and it is a burned out, weird, half knocked down house
with a fence around it.
It's just like it's an old like fast food place in Las Vegas that like burned down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
that's what it
next
looks
to
like.
the sign. It's like not. It's like right there.
And there's like 12 people
All right, this
just
menagerie
standing
of fucking
around.
beasts. There's this guy who
Wait.
looks like
This is before the old man in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but
I mean, Jesus Christ. It's
there's
like
the pet guy.
It's unfathomable. It's unfathomable.
So yeah, there's
This
like
grouping of people is unbelievable. It's great.
the sister walks up and goes, "I got a new recruit."
No,
or
she
something.
doesn't say anything. They walk up. They're just staring at
Oh, that's
12
right.
guys. They all look horrifying in
and
their
horny.
own way.
They're like, yeah.
and they
It's
start
like-
saying shit, and then her sister goes,
Twins.
No, she goes, I'd do any two of these guys at the same
Oh.
time.
oh my God.
And I'm like, any two? There's like a 80-year-old man in a really bad suit in that lineup.
These
and then
guys-
there's like Pat with like Penn Teller's hair.
These guys-
Gillette's fucking hair.
These
standing
guys
there.
are so hideous. They're like
monsters.
it's like
dude.
they would be
Half
on-
of them are freaks.
they would be on a fucking advent calendar for rape whistles. So gross. I mean,
Once
Jesus.
again, we have no backstory on these characters, but this woman, you'd think after years with her sister being like this, as a scientist, you might say maybe listening to her
It was a bad idea.
She's like, yeah, let's go to this fucking rubble, pile of rubble. I want to fuck everybody. Like, maybe don't listen to your sister.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Maybe apply the scientific
Then-
method to this situation.
one of my favorite parts happens when the guy goes, twins, I'll have sex with them. And another guy walks up and he says, I got him first, and he shoots him right through the wrist.
He's just a different guy.
No, yeah, he thought,
Yeah,
Oh,
he
it's a
shot a different guy.
He
Oh
just-
my
he
God.
He
just
didn't shoot the guy who
dominant.
said it.
It's just a dominance assertion right
One
there.
guy goes, man,
Yeah.
I really want to fuck them, and then he shoots another person in the arm, and he goes,
Right-
I'm first.
Oh,
right
dude,
through the wrist.
The black gang leader is like my favorite character.
He's the best
so
actor
awesome.
in the whole thing.
Oh,
Oh
it's
my God.
awesome.
Hands down.
Yeah, he's
Hands
the best.
down,
I
best
fuck him
actor.
first, man.
And then he
Like,
walks
hold
up
on.
and they just take
the
the new woman away.
Yeah, the scientist.
Yeah, the scientist gets just taken
And her
away.
child is
Nowhere to be
anywhere,
seen.
Disappeared.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Apparently she's being taken care of at a science lab because there's no babysitting services anywhere.
What kind of a mind could think this up?
Man,
Fuck,
honestly,
it's insane.
honestly, I lose track of what the fuck happens next after
He
that.
has multiple degrees. like
she
he
can
can
work.
get a job.
Yeah.
There has to be normal jobs.
Look, the
didn't even have
economy
a
struck
chance.
hard, man. There's nothing left.
You didn't even have a chance to upload your resume, and you're just like, sell your ass, honey.
You know, we haven't talked about the fact that Neil Breen said, like his character says,
God,
the being says that I will end all corruption. I will end all these politics. Like he talks about, it's an overdub thing where he's talking about how he's going to, his whole purpose here is to stop the corruption.
Dude,
and,
I
and
honestly
make us
feel like-
realize how to use resources.
Yeah.
And,
Can we just watch this in black and white with no sound?
dude, it might be great.
Probably.
Man,
It'd be
it'd be like a
awesome.
It'd be so great.
David Lynch thing.
Just get somebody to do
Dude,
a
that's
live
who I
score.
think-
That would be the
Neil Breen
craziest
wants to be-
Nestle's commercial.
Wants to be,
ever.
yeah.
No, Neil Breen wants to be Terrence Malick and David Lynch.
Yeah,
a
I can
no
see that.
budget version of those two together. I think that's what he views himself as.
I
I really
yeah.
do. I'm not like making a joke. I really think he views that.
I mean,
He loves.
I mean,
David
it's still a
Lynch.
joke,
believe
but
it
you're not
watching
making
this.
it.
No, he talks about David Lynch a lot in interviews and stuff. So
Okay.
he really wants to do
I
that.
really wish I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
I have no idea what happens next.
It's a,
now
Is
it's
this
the
the
old
old
man.
man? Old
now
man.
it shows
But
like
it's a different
it's
rubble
a different
pile.
rubble pile. But there's this old man with all this dirt around his eyes next to a wheelchair. He fumbles his way
Dude,
into it,
it's so
starts
good.
wheeling himself up towards the Welcome to Las
I
Vegas
really
sign
feel like
that
you're
everybody takes their
downplaying
pictures.
how long it takes him to get in this
I'm
wheelchair.
bulldozing past how long.
There's
it took.
no way
Yeah.
we can appropriately convey to
Yeah.
you guys how long this is all taking.
Okay,
It's
the man's wish. His last wish is to see the Las Vegas sign.
what
he
you can see
sleeps.
from across the
He's-
street.
He sees it from his rubble house every day. And all he has to do is wheel himself like 200 feet to look at
In a
it.
wheel-
Who's
wheelchair.
paying for his chemo treatment?
Oh yeah, he's
We
like,
haven't got to that yet.
Yeah, we got to that.
His wheelchair is also too small for him as a human
Yes,
being,
his
which
knees
makes
are
it look
super
like,
bent.
It looks
It's
like,
awesome.
it's like he's in stirrups. He's like giving birth.
and then
Hold on, he wheels himself up. He doesn't say any of this
And some
shit.
guy walks near him, even though the path is completely clear.
Yeah.
Thanos. This is
Thanos.
Thanos.
This is
Yeah,
Thanos,
that's
real
Thanos.
name.
Thanos
Real
McGillicuddy
name.
or whatever. the fuck.
Yeah.
it was an insane name. It was like
yeah.
Giancarlo.
So he runs
Yeah.
over at this guy's foot, and the guy's "fuck you," and he
Dumps him out of the chair. Everybody at the sign looks and then doesn't give a shit. And then Neil Breen walks up and he goes, "That was not very nice."
He
And
melts
he's
his
like-
eyes.
Yeah, he touches him and his eyes just start bleeding and he runs away. And you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" He puts the guy back in the wheelchair, freezes everyone, then wheels him up to the sign, and, that's when he's like,
that's when the over
Yeah.
thing.
"The
Like,
cancer and all the chemo's tearing me apart."
I've
This
got
is-
one.
I've
got 1 month to live.
But he's like a homeless man who's not obviously not in any kind of medical care.
Like, clearly he's
What
not
if he's
paying
from,
for
like,
that last
Nebraska,
month.
or he's like he could be from
Yeah.
Maine, and he's just that's as far as he got. He's almost there.
Yeah, it's his last dollar. These
It's
people
just a weird thing to say that. Why did the cancer thing have to come in? It was like, okay.
Well,
We'll
we'll get there.
get to what happens with him ultimately,
It's
which
amazing.
is completely fucked.
Maybe
and whatever.
the best moment. In the
Because there's
movie.
that weird shot of him just smiling at
Yeah.
the sign.
Creepy.
That
'Cause
goes
he
on.
finally saw it.
Yeah, and then
Then Neil
When
Breen.
does the
Neil
gangbangers
Breen-
part
we haven't
happen?
not for a minute.
We haven't
not
got
for a
Jesus
minute.
Christ.
so wait, is the next scene when the woman is sitting with her boyfriend?
No.
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 No. Fuck no.
And by the way, everything blurs together.
Yeah, I have
Entire
no
movie.
idea what happens
It's
next.
shot out of
scene
order.
Is the stacks of money.
Oh yeah,
The first time we
corruption
see the
stack.
money stack,
Which I think was stock footage. I don't think he shot that. I think it
Probably
was just
not.
like
No way.
money stock footage that he had.
Yeah.
because that was where it was the politicians paying or the lawyer.
Oh yeah.
And the
Yeah.
dude
The black
playing,
guy-
playing
the
the
black
black
politician,
politician to like do whatever,
And that's when he
they
talks about
don't
the
really
goodies.
Say, and
He's
that's
like,
when he
yeah.
says, "Keep the goodies coming." And then it shows the two sisters going with
Oh, wait.
the black guy
Christ.
to the pool.
Before that, they talk about he's gonna have an accident, and they show like the limbs getting thrown into the
fuck,
fucking
you're
dirt.
right.
Yeah.
But remember, the shot of the blood leaking out of the dirt was shown like 10 minutes
10 minutes before
earlier.
that, like we were supposed to know what the
That's
fuck that
I
was.
feel like a lot of it is him putting shots on a timeline and forgetting they're in there. And then, like, when you look at the timeline, you can't see all the shots, like, visually. So you just leave it in, and then he renders the movie, and that was it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you
He
pick your
put it
best
in
stuff,
several
and then he just
times.
left it.
That
Like, the only
could
thing
be
he
an
made sure of,
explanation.
there was no blank space.
I guess.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
He's like, "All right, I'm done editing this scene. I back that up to this.
Yeah,
Whatever,
and then
whatever it is."
and we're done. It's not like no care about what it is,
Yeah.
because we see that shot, the blood pouring out,
Yeah, and we don't know what it is.
and then knife, and that
And then
knife
that
shot.
knife- it
the
again.
knife where
If
it,
you told
they
me like
twisted so
none
it
of his
runs
shots
off.
were fucking color coded in the timeline, I would fucking totally believe
No, he just looking at a timeline, being like, "Well, there's no spaces. I guess it's done."
it. We got a full movie here, kids.
When it's cutting the guy's
For a guy
ear
that
off,
has no deadline,
Yeah.
no deadline,
No deadline at
and
all.
he's just like,
He's
"Well, it must be done."
self-funded this movie. Oh my god.
He's not fighting a runtime requirement or a deadline, and that's the movie he
I
delivers.
love that he still doesn't make like 3-hour movies. Thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, but like
I don't know if I
I
could
appreciate his restraint.
Yeah. Shit.
And then
So they kill
They
the
kill
dude,
some dude.
some person that's like, "Don't cut my ear off," and then you see a bloody ear fall on the ground, and then there's the hand that falls on the ground, and then a real hand falls on the ground with like a fake stump.
it's like touching the other hand, like no.
that was my favorite cut in the movie, because that's when there was like a music build, like go, and then it was another 15 seconds
Before it cut away.
I love that shot before cutting back to the shot that was a flash sideways.
That was
from.
so
It's like-
fantastic.
yeah, you couldn't even make a mistake like that in film school if you were trying. It's like, Jesus Christ! Like, you put a sound effect in there, and then you did. God.
That's pretty awesome.
So then, yeah,
Oh, then it's the women in the pool.
then they say he's like, you're gonna like what we got here.
You're in our world.
That's when there's so many. God damn it! That pool scene is
It's
like
forever.
6 minutes long.
It's
Oh,
eternity.
but
It's
my
an
favorite.
eternity.
It's got my favorite scene.
It's a
where
lifespan
where
of
they
the earth.
pour. They're pouring the champagne.
Oh fuck!
And
it looks like someone peeing
Dude,
at the champagne flutes. It's awesome.
I laughed so hard when they pour. There's 3 cups. He pours. They show him
First
fill up one
one.
cup, fill up the second cup, fill up the third cup. You're like, okay,
Then it cuts to the girls laughing with their tops off again.
yeah. And then it cuts back and they fill a
a
little bit more.
the whole time.
Dude, and you just don't see it coming. It's just like, I guess that's done. It happens.
More.
There was also a lot of champagne in Fateful Findings. He loves champagne. You remember there was
Oh,
all
yeah,
those
yeah,
champagne
yeah.
Champagne and topless women, Bob.
Yeah,
That's what
you
it
know
is.
what? Pools and topless women and champagne. He's like his deal, dude.
This
Yeah.
is another like super crazy out of order sequence because that scene happens with them at the pool, and I was like, wow, she really got into being a prostitute really
Yeah.
fast because
Dude.
she's now like topless with her twin sister.
laughing for minutes.
She has multiple degrees. She's probably got 2 masters
Yeah,
in
yeah.
2 different fucking sciences, and
then there's
she's
like
like,
There's that really long scene where they try and get on the floats.
Oh my! Dude,
Oh
it's
my
an eternity. It's like a lifespan of the earth. It's
Could you
insane how long it takes.
Could you just cut to the cut where they actually get on the rafts? What
Oh
the
my
fuck,
God.
man?
And
No,
it
but
keeps cutting
hold on.
back to the guy, and he's like losing his
it's
head.
like,
Like,
oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna enjoy this. Ugh.
Yeah.
when that scene's over, it immediately goes to the gangbanger house, and it's her. It's
The sister.
the scientist
That's scientist, right?
in the doorway with the guy, and he's like slowly taking her strap down, and she looks all disgusted.
Which
And
seems
then-
like it should have happened immediately
When- yeah.
after.
When
Yeah.
it's
Other
got-
scene.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
yeah.
the other guy runs in. He goes, "We got trouble," and you don't know what that means, and it doesn't matter what that means.
They
and
just
that
leave.
scene didn't matter at whatsoever.
And he walks away, and she goes, "I don't think I can do this."
Yeah,
And-
you
and her
just
sister
fucked
You
your
were
goes-
at
sister.
a pool with your
Pretty
sister
sure you
fucking
just-
that guy.
Pretty sure you and your sister sucked that guy's dick at the same time.
And the
There's no
sister,
way
the
that
sister
you-
went, when you get on them drugs, it
Oh,
don't
yeah.
matter what you feel.
Yep.
But she was like standing like 15 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
She's like in the middle of a field, like, it don't matter what you feel. Like, what the,
It was probably.
where are these people at? Where are we in the story?
If I could give a daytime Emmy to someone who is not delivering a line to another human being, I'd probably give it to her because it was amazing.
God, that was good.
God.
So
damn
what
it,
what happens next?
Oh, man.
It's gotta be. It has to be him talking to the girl, the scientist talking to her boyfriend. I guess is who
Oh wait, no. I think there might be more politician corruption. I don't know. That stuff.
Well, they
happens
fire another group of people.
No, but yeah, they cut to another group of
Right.
women, and I jokingly was like, "Oh, somebody's getting fired," and then a woman walked in and goes, "You guys are both fired." We're like, "What the fuck?
This just happened!"
And then we realized that the person who just got fired was the sister who was already a prostitute. And on drugs, who just said you don't get what's happening.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
drugs.
yeah, no, you're
But now
right,
she,
yes.
then we were like, wait a minute, she's on those drugs, and now she's losing her job.
Dude, Matt, you were like,
was
does
doing
Neil
it.
Breen think we don't know what people look like in the movie we're watching?
It was insane. I was just like, wait.
No, her character's amazing because she's working as a full-time prostitute for a gang that also employs the government.
I think
She's
that's
hooked
what
up-
we're skipping is when they. Oh, that's when.
What
the
I'm saying is that she,
That's
the
the
whole
trouble.
time she was doing all that, she is
Pat
employed.
Gillette is like has that weird Swedish accent. Is like I can make you worldwide,
And he's like, yeah, we worldwide
yeah, we're
now.
worldwide now. Is what
We'll
what does it
kill
mean?
anyone who gets in
Why
our
do you
way.
hang outside of this building if you're running a worldwide drug organization with these weird fucking guys in the middle of nowhere? It's what I just don't understand. It reminds me of Time Chasers, where the guy who runs the most expensive company in the world's office is like landing on a set of stairs.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
You're like, what the fuck are you doing here? Why are you here? None of this makes any sense for you to be here.
Some
Dude.
people just can't manage their money.
This this is
So-
this is definitely where the girl talks to
So
her
the
boyfriend.
sister who
Yeah.
told her scientist sister to become a prostitute
Now
and
lost
is a
her
prostitute
Lost
and,
her job
and is a drug addict.
Hold on, she lost her job as an environmental activist.
Activist, yeah.
Activist, which I'm pretty
She's
sure
a
is not.
professional
Not a
activist.
joke.
She loses her job mid-movie after we've been introduced to her as the worst human being alive. Like, you're employed. Why didn't you try to get your sister a job where you worked?
Why did you immediately go to prostitution? With like nightmarish
You were-
gangbangers.
No, she
You
has
had
two
an
jobs, a
opening.
prostitute, and she's an environmental activist, and the one she recommends to her sister, who's a mother,
What if-
is to
and a
become
scientist.
and a scientist is
Well,
to become a prostitute.
What if Neil Breen edits the movie in chunks and then just titles the chunk and he mislabeled Sister 1 and Sister 2 because they're the same story, just one had to happen before the other.
But that's not
that's
all
what
that's
he
messed
did.
up, though.
That,
Yeah, you're right.
they're
Because it gets even more
completely right.
confusing where her story goes.
Well then, okay. Well,
She's amazing. Everything that happens with the wing tattoo sister,
Yeah.
is fucking amazing.
So they're she's talking to her boyfriend
On a bench,
and it keeps doing like they'll stop talking and it will do like LDR, but it's nobody speaking. It's supposed to be their inner monologue, but they don't make
well,
that
you can't
clear
tell that it's inner monologue
because it
right?
sounds identical to when they were just talking.
No, I think he just filmed it and said we also need these lines,
And then-
and
yeah.
just had him say it in the actual shot.
so you can't tell that
Yeah.
it's not, it's like inner monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes, I lost my job, and then her inner monologue is, I guess I'm going to be a whore. And then he goes, well, I guess I'm going
But
to
you-
lie to her and tell her I got a job at... I love this fucking guy.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, I'm going to lie to her and tell her I got a
Dude,
job
story
at a factory, and I'm going to be a car thief, is what
Okay.
he says.
Car thief, guys.
He
Remember
says he's a
that.
car
Yeah.
thief, which is so fucking funny, man. Because then...
It's not like anybody has
Dude,
no
you
idea what
examined this
definitions
movie,
are.
and it's amazing.
Oh,
It is
God.
so good. She does say, "I'm gonna be a prostitute," but we've been watching her be a prostitute for half
already.
an hour at least,
Oh my God.
to the point where she is like deep in.
Yeah, like
I mean,
to us,
she's like,
she was already way
yeah,
prostitute.
Yeah, she's like a professional drug addicted.
She's literally a dick pinata at
yeah,
this
at
point.
this point, she is so into it, and then this guy.
He gonna be a car thief.
He goes, I'm
His
gonna be a
whole
car
life
thief.
is
I just
amazing.
want to talk about his scene because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll
what
skip
the
it.
order.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
he
do it.
goes.
It's
He's
actually
like, I'm
next
gonna-
though,
is
right?
it-
The
okay,
next scene is where they're walking and they see Neil Breen on the bench.
Oh, yes.
And then
She goes, "I think I've seen him before."
and then they have sex.
And
We
then it
think-
shows...
Well,
Yes.
it shows the shot from the beginning with the.
where him...
Mind
God.
sex?
He-
Is this
it's-
mind sex
I, don't,
already?
I think he astral project fucked her with his alien body.
Because yeah, his alien body keeps switching from his human face to the
Why would
to
he
the Hollywood
use
to the Billy
that?
face.
But he's on top of her like they're having sex, but they're not moving.
They're not moving
at all.
No.
If the mask's on, he's like rubbing the nose on her face.
Yeah.
And she's smiling the whole time.
yeah, she loves it.
Yeah.
It's super weird.
Dude, he made this movie so he could lay naked on a woman.
Yeah.
That's why he
All right,
made
so
this
anyway,
Yeah.
skip
Okay,
all that
okay.
weird shit.
This-
I just
this
wanna talk
happened-
about the car.
There's
scene.
nothing more to talk about with that scene, really. This is
Okay,
the
fine,
best scene.
Yeah, okay. It shows the guy, her boyfriend. What was his name? Eric, I think.
Sure.
He's like,
Sure.
he's like walking around, and it shows him like shove a screwdriver in a van, and he opens the back door of a van, and I jokingly again was like, I guess he just steals things from cars, not cars.
Not cars themselves.
And that is what he does. He is a
He's
car
a literal
thief.
car thief.
He
He
is-
steals things.
Out of cars.
of
No,
cars!
he doesn't take a single car. He just keeps emptying them.
He's more of a car burglar.
Yeah, he's a car
car
burglar.
burglar.
Thief.
Now that we know that, it makes
Unreal.
the no, it
Yeah,
makes
that's unreal. That's
It's
so
amazing.
funny. Like, how do you do that? Like, you did. That has to be on purpose.
That
to be
is
funny.
that's legitimate.
yeah.
Like that's like a real thing you would see in a comedy
Yeah,
show.
yeah, no.
I know. Yeah, that's like fucking Police Squad joke or something. Like,
now to point out that it
Oh.
makes the next scene with
lift
him.
that?
Yeah, it makes the next scene with him that much more amazing.
Oh, yeah.
because he goes to the.
Oh, my
God
God.
damn! You
I
even
love
think
this
about
guy.
it. It's amazing. He goes to the rubble house.
Yeah.
and then he says, "Hey, to
I wanna join your
I want
gang."
to join your gang." And they say, "Well, there's a fucking problem. Is that you've been working on our turf."
Well, he says we heard about you.
We heard about
somehow.
we know
This
about
is the
you.
guy stealing
Yeah.
empty fucking shopping bags out of cars, and this gang would hear about him like he has a reputation.
You've been doing it on our turf. You're giving us heat.
He's been stealing like Bath and Body Works stuff out of fucking cars.
Yeah.
This gang does not give a fuck.
This gang is raping the earth.
Yeah,
And they give a shit about
they're
this guy.
connected to
Why?
to
They
the
are a
fucking
worldwide drug
government.
cartel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they kill the boyfriend
They
guy.
slice his neck.
They slit his
And
throat.
then the black gang leader and his sister or her boyfriend, who like you're just like, what? I know they know each other, I guess, but like if this movie was edited in order properly, you'd be like, what the fuck's going on right now when she walks up? Because you're like, hey, so you already know the guy, like if he thinks this is edited properly, there's no reason she would even know that black guy yet.
No.
Right?
Right.
Because they never met.
She would have to have become a prostitute at the moment he became a car thief. Like they walked away from the
literally,
bank.
it was the exact
Yeah,
same
no, they were
moment.
like, okay, and now our new destiny is
Like-
upon us.
like-
and they like go, and she goes becomes
Before
a
she
prostitute.
walked up to the gang, he probably doubled back behind the house. That's what happened.
But what happens is that the black guy, the gang leader, he's like. He shoots.
Well, no, they pull the
dead
sheet
body.
off.
They
do
cover
that
the body with
reverse
the
shot.
sheet.
It's a reverse shot, and
Yeah.
then
Them covering
and
the
then they
body.
walk up, and he's like, "What happened here?" And then he pulls the
We
sheet.
got rid of the competition.
She screams, and then he goes like, "What for this fucking guy?"
Shoots his
And he
body.
shoots his corpse.
And then she's like, ah! He goes,
She's-
what's wrong with you, bitch? And like, it's just a fucking motherfucker, and he shoots him again. And
She
she's
screams.
Like, ah!
She screams easily 6 separate
Yeah.
times.
It's they keep doing things to his body and then showing her screaming.
And
It's
earlier
hilarious.
in the
Her
movie,
life in this movie is amazing.
earlier in the movie,
Think
she
about
saw
her
a
life.
man shoot another man. This man next to her shoot a man through the wrist and said nothing.
Nothing.
And
He
he's
was
shooting
fine.
a dead guy, and
she's
that is
screaming.
blowing her away.
Yep.
Her fucking story arc is amazing. Her and her boyfriend leave each other on a bench, and the next time she sees him, he's being killed by the gang. She's a prostitute.
The guy who just paid to fuck her is now shooting her dead boyfriend's corpse. It's like, damn, this was a bad
Because
idea.
her boyfriend showed up because he wanted to be employed by the gang she was working.
a week
What
ago,
the fuck?
I can't even.
a week ago, she was advancing human knowledge.
No, she was the activist.
She was the
She
activist.
knows-
She was
Oh.
advancing
Oh.
Earth rights.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
if she was like...
Okay.
What if
Now,
she
is
worked
that
for
when they-
So,
PETA,
here's
just
where
like
the-
firebombing?
Here's where the guy goes. Look, we got a rat. We
Yeah,
got a
that's
rat.
right, it cuts-
We got to find out who the rat
And
is.
the rat is
It's
just,
this guy.
It's just some,
Yeah.
that's the best part. It's just some dude that was there. It's nobody from the movie.
And then I
Yeah.
love
Some
this
guy.
part. They tie him up to a fucking stool, and they just start beating the shit out of him.
No,
And
no. The homeless, well, the guys that are t-shirts beat the shit out of him, but the guys with the suits get blood on their face.
Yeah, it goes.
And they're like, I didn't sign up for this, in a full-on forward face shot.
This is too much. And then the Austrian guy goes, I like what I see. And so they're just beating the
We
shit out of
missed
this
a
dude.
scene, but it doesn't matter.
And we see Neil Breen in the background looking
Staring
out of a
at
thing.
them.
Now, before that was the guy in the wheelchair almost getting hit by the car.
No, that's after this.
No,
Are you
that's
sure?
because this is the last thing before everything. You're right. That we did skip that.
Yeah.
Which is
Because,
nothing.
Yeah. Well, no.
No,
he
it's
like,
not. No, that's an amazing
The
scene.
guy in the wheelchair is running across the street, and this car pulls up, and they start screaming at him. And Neil Breen
Pulls
is
up in the
still
white truck.
and he's like, "You guys are rude. I don't like you." Freezes them, makes their eyes bleed. Doesn't make them disappear though.
No,
just
no.
leaves them frozen
Is
in
it?
their
And with
car.
bloody eyes. Yeah.
and then the guy in the wheelchair rolls away.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all that happens there.
And then they do they kill the rat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they don't kill the rat.
By
They're beating the
punching
shit out of the
Beats
rat.
shit out of the
Really?
rat.
Does he?
And he freezes everybody in time, and he comes out, and he touches the rat, and he's like, "You are free."
No, we missed something before that too. 'Cause
What?
He's already resolved the scientists before this.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're about to be at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I thought he did that
Yeah.
after this.
No, he did it beforehand because he wrapped that up first.
Okay. Well, let's do that because
You were kind of sleepy at that point.
dude. Everyone was
Because
sleepy.
it's-
The guy in the
Impossible.
wheelchair is like riding down the street past the scientist woman.
Oh my god!
There
the
was
science
something-
woman
and
is
she-
pushing. Who's been a prostitute for days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the last time we saw her was when she was like, "I don't think I can do this." And now she's pushing her baby in the cart, and it goes past the guy in the wheelchair, and something falls out of it.
The baby drops a toy.
He's like, "Hey, you dropped a toy," and she turns around, and then when the guy in the wheelchair turns around after she starts walking again, Neil Breen's there, and he fucking goes, he's just like heals him.
Well, it says
And
the
he goes-
line.
he
It
goes-
says
And he goes,
that,
"The cancer's killing me, and I have a month to live." And then Neil Breen's like, "Go be with her, start a new life."
and he de-ages him.
He's now like
A 20-year-old guy.
20-year-old
Yeah.
dude, and gets out of the wheelchair, and she doesn't say a word.
They
No, she
walk
just
off.
accepts that she will be marrying him.
Yeah.
I guess
He goes,
Like,
live
yeah.
a full life, and
And
he
they
must have
walk
put a
away
spell on her.
together.
So against her very will as a human being.
I guess. I mean, I don't understand what's going on.
He wanted more for our species. All right.
Jesus
She
God.
threw her
in heaven.
agency into a garbage fire and let just fire,
Okay.
just burn
Did
in
that
front
guy
of her.
deserve to live?
A
A
scientist.
scientist.
His world's dream was to look at a fucking sign that all you had to do is drive to.
Well, wait till you tell him.
That's all he cared about in the world.
He's gonna raise a family. That guy with
That
dreams
guy-
that
Son,
high.
you know what? Look, your mother was a prostitute. She doesn't know shit. I'll tell you what's important.
But she
There's
has all
this
these
sign,
degrees.
all
I'm an
right?
84-year-old racist who's now 20 years old.
I got a whole life to be racist again. Beautiful.
Let's do this.
Oh man.
Oh man!
Okay.
So
All right, now
then,
he can freeze
okay, so
it.
they're beating the shit out of the rat, and it's that one scene where they just keep showing people fist flying at the screen, and it goes whoosh,
Yeah, it's awesome sound effects.
and that goes
The
on
guys just go, oh,
for a long time.
They beat the fuck ass out of his face. It's ridiculous.
And then Neil Breen, he freezes everybody, walks up, goes, "You're healed and free." The rat gets up, runs away, and then I guess everybody
then
gets
he teleports all the.
No, at that
crucifixions.
moment
Yeah.
is when it turns into a Terrence Malick movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's just like
He teleports all the politicians and lawyers
to the
the
desert.
to the desert
To
and crucifies
crucify
He
them.
crucifies them.
Yeah.
No. He lets them just sort of
Rest
They're
their
alive.
arms.
They're
Rest
like
their
dying
arms.
on the cross.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
he just froze them in.
And he gives them a long speech about how like greed's wrong. And
I stopped all the politicians. I
there's-
stopped all the, and it's only in one
This
town,
isn't what I
in like one
envisioned.
district of Las Vegas.
Yeah, I know.
At this
He's
point,
only dealing with Las Vegas.
at this point, it's like imagery repeater on like shuffle.
Yeah.
We see everything we've already seen.
Absolutely
Again,
everything.
babies and
Baby
blood.
heads.
I called the dolphin shot at one
You did.
point.
You-
Yeah.
I mean,
said the next shot will be dolphin.
that was
It
amazing.
was amazing. I can't believe I did that.
Incredible.
And then the woman, the
He
activist.
teleports back to the the activist.
Well, no, she runs into the desert.
No. He teleports. He killed those people, and then it cuts back to him with her
In the
it's
hotel
just
room.
Them.
yeah.
Alone.
And she
he's
stares at him walking backwards again. That's the whole thing, right?
No, they're back outside the house, and he's like, you can do whatever you want.
That's right.
I've cleaned the world of
And she just backs
politicians."
away and
And
Why
and,
is
and
she
he,
a main character?
And he leaves her to be, and that's when she comes back after he's done.
but we also
when he tries to leave.
he goes back to the people that he made invisible and knocked out. He goes back to the people that he made invisible and knocks out. Gives them back their clothes, changes back into his little white tunic. And,
No.
He
He
tells them
doesn't.
to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
He doesn't even put the clothes back on the guy.
No,
he just
he
throws
just
it on
throws
his
them on the
feet.
ground.
Yeah, he throws it on the
They
ground.
drive
looks him
away.
up.
Yeah, and that's the end of them. And then everything.
It's been an hour.
Oh,
we're
we're
almost
almost
actually-
done.
Yeah, right.
Everything else in this movie is just the beginning
you
of the
already
movie
saw.
backwards, except for the fact that the woman runs out of the desert and they don't touch hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Does he
then
give her something? He does
no,
something to her.
he says, "I'll give humanity one last chance,
Oh yeah, he's like, I'll be
But
back.
I'll be back.
and I'll turn this place to
then-
ash."
Yeah, he threatens to destroy.
I
the
am
Earth.
here again will be so good. I'm here dot again.
Now
Again.
again
Now, oh! I am here. Now. Again.
again. Man, that's
I
the
like it.
way.
Can't wait.
I like it.
I
And then
can't wait.
he flies into space and we see the cloud and then we
And
see space and that's the end of the fucking movie.
Jesus Christ.
Man, that
Yeah.
was a marathon. It really
But
like
it only took us an hour to do, according to my phone.
I mean to explain,
because
yes.
there's no
There's
dialogue.
no meat in this movie at all. It is all
It ends with him just going, okay, I guess I'll kill everybody now.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, all his movies end with him
He's-
either outing or murdering politicians, lawyers, and businessmen.
John, you are so red right now that it's just like,
Oh god.
We've watched 3 out of 4 of his movies, and all of them end with politicians.
Not to mention, in his
lawyers,
movies, he plays either like the world's greatest hacker who's like fixing the government,
or God.
or God himself. This was, I mean, he played God. He cast himself as
he was
Jesus,
definitely
as cyber zombie Jesus in this. The circuitry thing does not play.
never plays into it again, and we
at
only
all.
like they show it again at the end because it's all in reverse, and you're like, oh, that's right. I guess he's robotic.
I really wish he had like extra budget so he could like try to like manipulate computers. Like you put his hand in like a keyboard, and it would, like,
Yeah, there were no
Cronenberg into like a keyboard. Be like,
There were no like off laptops in this movie, not a single
Well,
one.
clearly he didn't like touching. He didn't touch anybody in this movie.
he touched the
He
woman,
really-
He hugged
but
the woman.
they just sort of hovered over each other.
Yeah.
What was he? He was brining. That's what
He's Brian. Yeah.
He's Brian.
He really does. We did Faithful Findings, and he really does go back to the laptops hard in the next movie. He missed them. He missed them
Yeah.
because, like in Double Down,
It's
it's,
like
all
baldness.
laptops.
It's like baldness.
Yeah.
skipping
which
a
is the one where
generation.
with the lettuce.
Yes,
The
30
lettuce is
truck
faithful-
laptops.
faithful
in that
Findings.
movie.
Faithful Findings is my favorite one.
Dude,
that
it's,
we've seen.
that lettuce scene.
The whole
is
movie is a
absolute genius.
the whole movie is a masterpiece. It puts
It's really good.
Like that should be more famous than The Room easily. Faithful Findings is
It's
fucking perfect.
Yeah,
baffling, but
It's-
very, very entertaining. Every scene. you're
Jesus
just like,
Christ,
whoa.
it's so good. It's ridiculous.
That
how good it
scene,
is.
man. All right.
All right.
It's got so
We
much.
already-
We
it's
already
great.
did that episode. But
Well,
boy, oh
great.
boy,
well,
This was fucking.
I would never if you could find the Sean Jones 40-minute cut. That's
yeah. I don't even know if that's on
watchable.
YouTube.
I know.
but
Sean should put that on YouTube.
I'm gonna actually request Sean put it on YouTube so I can link to it.
Seriously,
because
because this is it's almost unwatchable. Like you get I was getting so
Oh,
tired
it's so
like
tiring.
halfway
It,
through
it
it.
happens to the best of it. It's called the sophomore slump.
Oh yeah.
He tried
Gotta
too
work
many
through
things. He
Man.
has to work through it.
But Bob, honestly, you laughing so hard kept me awake for a lot of this movie because
was
you
laughing
were
pretty hard.
dying, man.
Yeah, because it's like this is the most inaccessible of the three I've seen.
Oh my!
You know what I mean?
By
Like,
far.
Like this is the
Yeah.
hardest to watch. A Double Down is really hard.
I can't believe this is my first. Like when I
You
first
s-
saw it.
What? Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
saw this one
I
first,
saw the
yeah.
I saw the 40-minute cut first. That was
But
my
I mean, I
first
like
experience
this
with it.
could be tolerable at a 40 minutes, but at 90 minutes,
Well, because you cut out all the stuff.
that's 50 more minutes
You
of
just basically
nothing.
cut out stock
Yeah.
footage. You're
Yeah.
just cutting out stock footage, and then all the stuff with the people acting and stuff is funny as hell.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can live with that.
But his shot lengths are so unbearable. It takes away how fun it can be.
oh,
Oh god, it's so
Faithful
fucking
Findings doesn't
believable.
have that, and Double Down is something else. I don't even know how to describe Double Down. We did that episode. This
yeah.
Yeah.
Neil Breen.
Neil Breen.
We're gonna finish it out.
Pass through.
We're gonna do Pass Through next. So
Yeah.
who knows,
With the 4-sentence long tag
dude?
on the front of the
That's
box.
amazing.
We will. Yeah.
Man, when you showed that cover of the box, I couldn't
I
believe
know
it.
it's the next episode, but let me read it here because I want to read it on this episode
Okay.
as the trailer for the next episode of Neil Breen's Pass Through. Neil Breen. So there's two things while researching. We were trying to research if Neil Breen was in the movie Scream.
Because he says he is on IMDb.
On IMDb,
Oh,
he
Jesus,
says he's
yeah.
in Scream.
Also, we
He's
found
a
out that
cop.
Neil's nickname is Neil the Hacker Breen.
Yeah, Neil the Hacker Breed.
Yeah.
Because he's so good at
He's,
practical effects.
oh man, he's a hacker.
There's two things I found out about Pass Through is that there's an actor in it named Viad with one word. Viad, and they play a character named Tiger.
I thought you said Vlad
No,
earlier.
Viad.
Viad.
Viad, and they play a character named Tiger in the movie.
Holy shit.
Okay, and now here is on the cover of Pass Through. This is the tag. This is the fucking
Like this is
stinger
the
line.
whoever wins we lose
of this movie is artificial intelligence from far into the future arrives to immediately cleanse the human species of millions of humans who are harmful to other humans. A visionary, revolutionary film which pushes the human species to the limits of controversial, thought-provoking actions. Cleanses in all caps. The word humans is in there 3 times in one sentence.
I think you guys are getting a lot of monologues in this one.
Oh, dude.
I hope there's more podiums in front of green screens.
Absolutely.
I missed that.
Oh boy.
It works because of his hubris. His hubris is out of... Like, Tommy Wiseau is just an insane person.
Yeah.
Neil Breen thinks he's changing the world, and that's why
It's awesome.
he's amazing.
You can absolutely tell that. It's written all over this.
There's hubris here. He thinks he's actually saying something and changing the world.
I'm the best.
I will make
the world
things
needs
better,
to know.
And
I can teach them.
Yeah, he thinks he's the one. If he had the budget, he'd make The Matrix.
Dude, I would love it if somebody gave Neil Breen like $50 million.
It'd be like the greatest thing.
It'd be amazing.
As long as they didn't don't let him know that it's bad. You have to make sure he makes it pure.
I would also
creative,
second
you can't
that.
contain this man.
What would that
No,
be?
no.
How long would the shots be? Like, guys, I'm gonna do the longest.
Well, they would give him
shot.
90 minutes. They probably wouldn't give him more than 90 minutes. So he'd have to come in. This was 90 minutes.
This is 90 minutes. He could do it. Breen's got the chops. He can do it.
to get
the chop.
to deliver 90
Yeah.
minutes.
To deliver 90 minutes of film material.
He can look at a timeline in an editing program and go, "That's enough."
Too short. Better undercrank this pan shot again.
Oh my god!
Yes.
I just remembered how many times it's him looking back and forth at nothing and then changing into that fucking face.
Jesus Christ!
That happens.
Because I'm telling you,
Like
he did
20
that effect
times.
And he was like, "This looks fucking amazing.
This is the best thing I've
I'm
ever
gonna
made."
show this as much as I can."
Yeah.
Everything is shot with like an HD camera in the sunlight. It's awesome. I love it. I love Neil Breen so much. All right.
Yeah, I mean this one's fine. It's just
It's got some great shit in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
you just gotta sort through it. Yeah, I mean, anything with the gang guys is pretty funny.
Still, if you're gonna watch Neil Breen, watch Fateful Findings. Watch Double Down, and maybe this. Don't
watch the 40
Only
minute cut
watch
of
this if you're a Breen head.
Yeah,
a real
if you're
completionist.
Like really into Breen, and don't watch it alone.
If you're a real Breen machine.
I can't imagine watching this.
A Breen machine.
Watching this alone, you'd have to Clockwork Orange be in a chair, man. Literally put eye drops.
There's no way I could. I'd pass
body
out
would
10 minutes
react.
into this fucking
The
movie.
repeated footage is
It's killer. It murders any interest you have in watching it.
When you watch stuff where they didn't even make the footage, it's like
Why is this repeated
he's
12
just showing
times?
stock footage.
And it's all
You
stock
can't-
music too.
Yeah, it's all stock music.
Unbelievable.
I can forgive stock music, but
I mean, maybe if he put the stock music over people driving, that would be beneficial because he clearly has access to it. But no, we get just road noise.
I honestly, if I lived in Las Vegas, I just would want to find him and offer free services, and not like affect anything, just to see the behind the scenes of what he says to these people and how he shoots it. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? I just want to know, like,
I don't see
how does it get here? How does it become what it is?
It'd be pretty difficult. He doesn't seem like much of a delegator. You know what I mean? He
Or
writes,
he might be a
produces,
monster, I don't
directs.
know.
You know,
Yeah, what if he's a complete dick?
He's a complete fucking
Like,
asshole.
oh wow.
like
But he
Howard
cooks
Hughes
everybody
crazy.
food.
Yeah, he does. He provides all the
He
catering,
has craft services.
and pretty much every actor did something else in the movie. Like if you
Yeah, a
want,
couple people. There was that one guy who played two different gang members.
yeah, and
Which didn't make any sense.
They weren't.
because-
According to the credits, they were not the same character.
No.
and Thor was a boom operator.
Yeah.
So
Thanos.
Thanos, not Thor. Sorry.
There is a human being.
There's
named
a Thor
Thanos.
couple on the
There's a
table.
human
Thanos,
being
yeah, there is.
named Thanos.
Wow.
That isn't have anything to do with Thanos. All right, Jesus, I feel tired.
Yeah.
Time to eat a bunch of
Tiny
hot
bunch
chicken
of
wings.
hot chicken wings.
John, you want to go get a big tub of ice cream?
Oh god.
All
What do you
right,
want ice cream
bye.
for? We got
Randy.
cream pies.
Fuck you and your cream pie.
Matt's gonna eat a bunch of whipped cream pie. Goodbye.
Bye.
No.
You've just listened to Bonus Disc, available only on Thundergrunt. Questions, complaints, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts of Bonus Disc are 100% valid, even though they took the time to watch the movies you were too ignorant to appreciate.